My dear students of B.Ed and D.Ed, this is our first chapter of teaching of English, the importance of English language in present scenario. Today we will take this chapter. Chapter number 1. Whenever you are answering in the exam, first of all you have to give introduction part. So here we start with the introduction of importance of English language in present scenario. In the present scenario, in the present era, in the present times, English is a widely spoken language. It is referred to global language and it's the multi-lingua franca of the modern era. Lingua franca means bridge language, the common language. We can say it a trade or link language. So it's the language most often taught as a second language around the world. English is the language which is used for communication outside the world. Also, interstate and intrastate communication. Talking about the role of English language, it plays quite multi-dimensional role in day-to-day life. It's a medium of communication. We can give examples here. That's the bank, railway station, bus stations, airways, educational sector, medical, private sector, and many more. So we say that it's a link language which is used in trade and business both at national and international level. Students who want to study abroad, they go for IELTS test. They should be efficient in spoken English. If they are proficient in interactive English or the interactive skills, then they would have the confidence to face the most challenging situations and their interviews. And moreover, in addition to this, English has become indispensable part of the life, right? Or we can say indispensable part of ultra-modern world, as it is the major window of science and technology. Yes, it is true. English as a window of the world, as it has its influence in different fields like business, education, IT, science, technology and all. So it has often been described as it's a pipeline, right? It's a pipeline for the stream of knowledge in all branches of learning. So here we can start with the first point, and that is, first of all, we say English as a link language. It is important for international communication. As global communication that is expanding throughout the world, so this is the need of today's era. English is the only language that is recognized and understood by people in many parts of the world. Estimatedly, number of local English speakers is 300 million to 450 million. Secondly, English is the international common tongue. So, even for those who don't use English as their primary language. So, it is a very common second language in various cultures. For them, it is a second language. This means that two people who come from different countries, for example, one is a Mexican, another is a Swedish, usually they use English as a common language to communicate. So here we can say that to get in touch on an international level, speaking English will help to communicate with people from countries all over the world. Whether you are traveling, doing business or communicating with others on social media. The third point is for higher education. English is very much essential to many aspirants, many candidates or the seekers who want education, higher education in India or in Western countries who want to pursue higher education, right, for research purpose or any other scientific and technical operations. So here English helps them to reach their destination and it opens the window of knowledge. Since why? Because most of the knowledge these through books and materials is available only in English language. Or we can say that it's the language of academia. English is also essential in the field of education. In many countries, children these are taught and encouraged to learn English as a second language. Even in countries where it is not an official language, such as Netherlands or Sweden, we will find that many of the syllabus in science and engineering, these are written in English language. Furthermore, English is generally thought to be the language of higher education. Many of the world's top universities, these are English-speaking schools because English is the dominant language in the science and international research. At the university level, students in many countries, they study almost all their subjects in English in order to make the material more accessible to other international students. Next point is for getting job opportunities. English plays a pivotal role in the employment sector. That's the most crucial and important role. Students and scholars from various disciplines of the knowledge, they seek employment in and across the country. The multinational organizations, they always recruit candidates with excellent communication skills. So they go for such type of recruits, such for type of employment who have good excellent communication skills. The world's topmost companies and the investors, they established their empire in India and other corner of the globe just to increase their capital, and they recruit English literate manpower only. Yes, English is useful for business transactions. Coming to trade and commerce, both nationally and internationally, English is a link language that makes the transactions take place with easily. So no business that can be run without skilled manpower. In most of the business organizations, the first criteria for recruitment of employees is good command over language and proficiency in English. So, our employee should be excellent in communication skills and basically in English language. Yes, this is the known fact that English is an official language in India. English is employed by many of the offices today. We could not imagine any office without the use of English language. The abolition of English will adversely affect the office work. If it is ended or if it is eradicated, if the English language is eradicated or removed, that will affect the office work. Most of the office goers, they know English besides their mother tongue or their regional language. So thus, they prefer to communicate in English to fulfill their everyday accomplishments. So they will face a great difficulty if they are asked to bid goodbye to the English language. Next point is language of IT, information technology. Software programmers, they develop software programs that form the basis of the internet. Now these computer programmers, they write, test and customize the detailed instructions. These are called programs or software, and that computers follow to perform various functions such as connecting to the internet or displaying a web page that is in English. Moreover, educational technologies, especially computers or computer related peripherals, they have grown tremendously and they have permeated all areas of our life. That is, they have passed in all areas of our lives. The internet, we can say, in particularly gradually, that has become a vital tool in our information society. We can witness people going for online education as you are going now, business transactions, personal correspondence, research and other information gathering. Yes, next point is English as a medium of instruction. In fact, it is increasingly popular model of medium as an instruction. So educational institutions, they may choose to use the English language to teach any subject. Sometimes because it is commonly spoken language in that geographical area, but sometimes because the institutions seek to attract a population of students who they believe conduct their studies in English makes them more employable in the world. So to become a premier institute or a prestigious institute, they want to show that we have the English faculty. The next one is, it's favored by the internet and press. As you see on the internet, the majority of websites use English language. Even sites in other languages, they often give you the option to translate the site. As we see, the amount of educational content on the internet, that is skewed toward English dominance. because the modern world of research and academics, they favor English language. Yes, English is the primary language of the press. So our next point is English publications, they are everywhere. Newspapers, books, these are written in English than in any other language. And basically, no matter where in the world you are, you will find English books and newspapers always available. And in fact, because it is so dominant in international communication, you will have access to more information regarding nearly every subject if you can understand this language. If you know English, you will be able to read many great works of literature in their original versions. So English is the world of literature, of course. There are so great works of literature. Originally, these are written in French, Spanish, Sanskrit, Greek, Chinese, and number of other languages. A good portion of the classic literature is made up of works that were first written in English language only. And these translations don't always capture the main magic of great writers and poets like William Shakespeare and Emily Dickinson. Yes, English is useful for international travel. If you are having a good understanding of English language, then it will make easier to travel around the globe because it's the main international common language for foreigners, and knowing English makes it easy to get assistance and help in many parts of the world. After all, about 1 in 5 people, they know or understand at least a little bit of English, isn't it? You can test this by looking at online travel options. Any travel booking site you can find, they will have English as a booking option. And it's a good language to know for navigating airports and other transportation hubs as well. Not only English is useful for tourism, but many international conferences, competitions, celebrations, these are held in English. Even if you are not actively working on improving your overall understanding of the English language, you might find it helpful to memorize a few English phrases if you are going for a traveling. It's true, it is essential for international business. English skills, these are likely to help you in any business ventures you choose to follow. Especially true if you are working in the international sector or if you would like the option for your career to move from the local to international scale in the future. If you visit certain offices of private companies, the governmental organizations, or even math or engineering companies, you will notice the prevalence of English is there. Many big companies, they hire professional staff only after getting to know whether they have good command on English or not. It's not uncommon for companies who want to function at an international level to only consider their staff to be well educated if they are fluent English speakers, writers, and readers. So most of the world's mainstream commercial entertainment, that is also in English language. Yes, this point should be added. English, the language of Hollywood. Everyone knows that Hollywood is in the United States and that the biggest television and music industry is on the planet. TV, movies, these are a great way to practice your English once you start. Knowing English opens up thousands of movies, television shows, and games for your enjoyment. And if you want to work in the entertainment industry, English is even more essential. So to conclude, I would like to say that it is not a denying fact that English is the multilingua franca of the world. It's the link language of the world. The usage of English is constantly, that has been increasing in many countries, and it's the mother tongue in most of the countries. Communication in English that become worthwhile in the present scenario, that will be worth in present scenario if one gets enough mastery over English, he can share his or her thoughts, gather the information and the knowledge, etc., and he will be keep in touch with the challenging world, thus improving his career, which results in the development of the country. Yes, my dear students, this is the first answer of teaching of English. Now we are going to the second answer. So please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.